Packed Sir Vivian Richards Stadium was booming with excitement as the Benna boys displayed pride and nationalism in their most riveting performance to date against the visiting Jamaican team, a game which ended 0-0. The Benna boys answered the call made by supporters on being more proactive in upcoming games after their first game loss a week ago in the United States. Terry Andrew tells us more.
The Antiguan Barbuda's Benna boys have united a nation which has places its full support behind the outfit contesting Group A of the semi-final round of the FIFA World Cup CONCACAF qualifiers. Facing powerhouse USA 5 days ago, anticipation heightened in the Twin Island state for the Benna boys, who was taking on the opposition for the first time at any level in the country's football program. Although quality prevailed, which saw the USA handing the Benna boys a 3-1 defeat, the Antiguans gave a good account, putting a scare on the Americans at home for some duration of the match. But the nation, not pleased with the team's performance, called for more exuberance throughout the upcoming matches against other Group A opposition, Jamaica and Guatemala. The team responded with a vigorating performance on home soil against the Jamaica's Reggae Boys on Tuesday night. Led by head coach Tom Curtis, the Benna boys played a near-perfect game, committing fewer mistakes, possessing the ball, and defending stoutly in a 0-0 draw against Jamaica, tactically leaving the Jamaicans second best throughout the encounter. Not pleased with the result, Antigua's captain, George Soward Dublin, says the performance was an improvement.
In Tampa, we were more laid back, and this evening was much more aggressive. We got to the bar much quicker and got people heads down. So I think it's a much more, a big improvement compared to Friday night's game. The score was 0-0 tonight against an equally talented team the Jamaicans has as the US. They was unfortunate to miss a chance. I said earlier, we were fortunate to miss ours. So yes, it is an improvement for Antigua and Barbuda, and hopefully we could move on.
The Benna boys had good looks at the opposition's goal and failed to put away their chances in a prime opportunity where 3 points against one of the group's favourites was surely in their grasp. Sharing points in the encounter dominated by the home team was the disappointment of the evening, as the drawn match took the Reggae boys onto 4 points, joint with USA, who drew 1-1 against Guatemala in the other Group A fixture. The Benna boys and Guatemala are levelled on 1 point each, all after 2 rounds of matches. Benna boys head coach Tom Curtis praised his men for sticking to the task.
I suppose we're a little bit disappointed we didn't win the game, because I felt for much of the first hour that we seemed to be the stronger side, both physically and I suppose the football we played. It was a tight game though. I think it probably could have gone either way. The look seemed to be sort of even on both counts. I think we had a number of chances. I think they had 1 or 2 chances as well. But overall, I mean, I say 18 months ago, if you'd asked George, myself, or Mark, if we'd be competing and be disappointed again, having got a 0-0 draw against Jamaica with all those high quality players in the team, and we would have said that would be unrealistic. But our guys tonight, must pay tribute to all of our players. A fantastic performance, a big physical, mental performance from everybody.
Head coach of the Reggae boys, Theodore Whitmore, says beating Antigua on home soil would be challenging.
The Antigua team is a pretty decent team. It was a tough team to play against, especially in Antigua. And I know any team coming here to play the Antigua, and I'm going to be in serious problems. So really prepared for this task.
Chants of Benna boys resonated throughout the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium from the packed crowd in support for the nation's men on their road to Rio. Support for Team Antigua peaked from the opening whistle from all sections of the crowd, as the 10,000 seating capacity stadium was rocking with not only football fans but the converted, as a sense of support was raised for the Benna boys. Mark Powers is the communications officer for Team Antigua.
The many Antiguans and Barbudans that supported this team today and have been very supportive over the last few days, that this team is fully appreciative of the kind words and gestures demonstrated. I don't think anybody can recall a moment when on this ground, watching a football game, that Benna boys or Antigua and Barbuda was chanted the way it was tonight. Clearly, the team has managed to unite the country, and we're glad that we're being a force for good and a force for change.
The Reggae boys had good support as well in Jamaican Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller and her entourage of 12, along with President of the Jamaican Football Federation, Horace Burrell, and support also came from the strong Jamaican population living in Antigua. Terry Andrew, ABS News.